Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, what is going on there? Is my music too loud? I don't want it to be very loud. I want you to be able to comfortably hear my voice. Oh, I'm moving everything. How is everybody? Pluggo and Ed and Steph. How are you guys and gals and non-binary friends? How are you? Just put it out there. I ain't playing anything today. I'm not going to be live for all that long. I'm just going to be live for a little while to have a little chit chat. Everything's all good. You can hear me all fine. You can... How's everyone doing? Oh, Joe. What's going on, JPJ? Sorry, my voice is a little shot. I'm not sick. I'm just tired, really, honestly. How is everybody? How's everyone's... for most of you, Steph, I know you're in Australia, but for most of you guys, it'll probably be the morning. And it's like America Day, isn't it? July 4th. Whoa! Red, white, and blue. What's like an American thing that I can say? I don't really think there is something in American. I mean, well, I guess technically it's an American accent, but in American. Anyway. I'm getting Supercard notifications. I play WWE Supercard a lot, and I get notifications, and I'm like, fuck off. I don't want to fucking deal with it. Fuck off. Not really the intention was to really go live and talk about this today, but here we are. I'm going to fill everyone in, don't worry. I'm just giving it a minute to start up, but I think everyone has probably seen my tweets over the last couple of days of what's been kind of going on. I'm not trying to be dramatic. By the way, that sounded like I was like dying. I'm definitely not dying. But basically, I'll fill people in here that don't know, well, hasn't seen my tweets over the last like 12 hours the last couple of days, I should say, of what's been going on and why I'm a little bit in a bit of a weird zone. It's weird how your mind can work sometimes. But basically, yesterday I was just minding my own business, having a good old time on social media, and I received like 5 or 6 DMs from a few different people. And I was like, what the heck? I have my messages open to everybody on Twitter, and you can like set it so like only your followers can DM you, or you can turn messages on to everybody, and it goes into like the little like message request bit. Everyone know what I'm talking about, or am I making complete and utter no sense here? That was a sentence, by the way. I might be sounding like I'm talking out of my ass here, but basically it went into my message requests, and I was like, what the heck? There's like a few here. And I was like, I never really go in there and check, because I honestly just don't care to check them. If you're a follower who's DM me, you've probably messaged me somewhere else anyway, if you really wanted to get in contact with me. Anyway, it was a Saturday afternoon, my time, so yesterday, my time. And I was just like, yeah, sure, I'll have a look in these. And I was like, what the heck? And I'm not kidding you when I say this. I had some photos, like I said that I did. But the reason I'm so upset is not just because it's just like random pictures of random people's peepees, unsolicited, not requested, of course, pictures of random strangers' doodles. Basically, There was some other things said in those messages that I will not repeat that were pretty vile and disgusting, and things you shouldn't be saying to a complete stranger, especially when it's a complete stranger that you've never talked to and has never requested any of this stuff from you. It's a weird spot to be in my brain, because I feel sometimes, and this is going deep into my brain, but I don't mind. I'm happy to talk about this kind of stuff. I feel like sometimes being gay sometimes can put me, and I'm just going to speak for myself, I'm not going to speak for anybody else, can put me in the sense that sometimes I feel less of a man than, say, a heterosexual man. I know what people are going to say. No, it doesn't, but that's just my brain. So sometimes I feel like I can't talk about stuff like this because, oh, you're a man, so whatever, it doesn't matter. And I'm not saying that women have it 4 million times as worse in a sexual, objectified way than men ever will. And that's just how it works. But just because I am a man, and just because, like, it's a man doing it, does not mean it's any less of, and it doesn't mean that it shouldn't be talked about and spoken about, and you shouldn't be looked at as less of a man because it's happening to you. Whether you're gay, whether you're straight, whether you're whatever, I just don't think it should be something that anybody has to deal with on the internet from complete strangers. It's not okay. It's gross. It makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me feel all disgusting and yuck and everything. And I just don't really think it should be a place where I have to deal with that kind of stuff. And my instant kind of solution in my brain is sometimes I just have to check out instead of having to deal with it, because when I put up that tweet originally saying like, hey, please don't DM me this kind of stuff, it opened the floodgates to about 15 other people. So it's not like the easiest thing to have to open up your Twitter. I'm a small content creator that primarily talks about professional wrestling. I shouldn't have to. No one should have to, but I'm just speaking for myself. No one should have to deal with that kind of stuff. And I guess my just instant reaction is to run instead of deal with it. But basically, I just wanted to get on here and just kind of give you what's on my brain. Because I love Twitch, and Twitch is a nice community, and I feel like a very open space that we can all have a discussion about this. Not just about me, but just in general, about how that works on the internet. Because it's really not fun, and listen, I'm not going to sit here and make my situation sound like it's the worst thing in the world, because it's not. But it is a form of sexual harassment, and I don't think that I should have to deal with that on Twitter, and I don't think that anybody should have to deal with any kind of stuff like that from random strangers from across all over the world, sending you pictures like that and saying these awful, disgusting, vile things. It's disgusting, and I don't think... Yeah, Pluggo, exactly. I don't think I should have to just be okay with dealing with that. Like, it's gross, it's disgusting, and it makes me so upset and so uncomfortable to have to deal with that. And all it makes me do is puts me in this mindset of like, I can't be myself on the internet, and I can't do this because I justified in my brain of, oh, if I say this, if I say stuff about being single, if I say stuff about being gay, it opens the floodgates and it gives almost people an excuse to be like, well, you said this, so I sent you this. It's like, that's how I view it in my brain, to be completely honest with you. And I am a person that when something goes wrong, regardless of whose fault, I instantly blame me. That's just how my brain operates. And again, I know what everyone's going to say. It's not your... I understand. But put yourself in my shoes in this situation. It's not okay to do that. And I turned off my DMs to so it's followers only. But I'll just put this out there, and anyone in the world of Twitch land, or any of you guys right here want to clip this, feel free to post it on Twitter. But if anybody that happens to stumble across my Twitter or happens to stumble across my Twitch or sees this video or whatever, sees a tweet of mine in the future, if you expose yourself to me in a tweet, I will, in a DM, I will expose you in a tweet. Obviously, I'll blur out the picture of your ding dong, but I will leave your name. I will do everything because it's disgusting. And everybody should know what a piece of trash you are for doing that to a 25-year-old dude who's just trying to talk about wrestling and trying to have a good time on the internet. I'm a pretty positive dude. I'm a pretty easygoing dude on the internet. I try to not create any drama. I try to not be involved in that kind of stuff. I speak my truth and I live open and honestly. I don't have to be like that. I chose to be 100% open and honest, and I don't think I should have to deal with that because I'm being an honest version of myself, and just because they see the word gay or whatever it may be, they think it's okay because they're a man, I'm a man, I like men. That doesn't mean that I want to see a picture of your ding dong. I just don't. Plain and simple. I don't want to see it. It's not requested. It's not something that I'm just like, ooh, yeah, can't wait to open up a DM from a stranger and see that. What the fuck? This weird sexualized world that we live in, and I don't get it. I'm not saying that I'm like anti-sexual or I'm anti-sex or any of these kinds of things. I'm not. But like, what the fuck? I remember there was some models influencers that would screenshot it and send it to family members of the person, including... I just... Exactly. I will not hesitate anymore. However many... It could be another hour and I'll be back on Twitter. It could be a week. It could be... I don't know. But, like, if someone is going to do that, I will post it. I will tag people in it so people go, look at this piece of shit. It does not... I'm not that type of person usually. I'm honestly not. I can pretty much say that people will go to bat for me and say that Josh isn't like that, because I'm not. But if you're going to do that and make me feel so uncomfortable that I can't even feel like my safe space of Twitter, what I consider my feed, whether people want to say about other bits of Twitter, my feed and the way I am on Twitter, I feel is a very safe, open kind of place. But if you're going to go in there and try and shit on that, then I'm going to shit on you. And that's just plain and simple. You can call me a piece of shit for that or whatever, but that's just how my mentality on it is, because it makes me feel so icky and so disgusting and so gross, because a lot of those people that were messaging me were a lot older than me. Like, a lot older than me. Like, way older than me. And it's grotty, and it's disgusting, and it's yuck, and it's all of that. Just, it makes me just so gross. It's just not okay. It's not okay, and I don't like it. And, yeah, I just wanted to get on here and get that off my brain. And just give you guys, because I love all you guys. Like, I don't consider, I know this is the cliche thing to say with streamers, but like, I don't consider you guys just followers. You guys are my friends, and you guys, I value all of you, you know, that take the time to watch my streams or watch my videos or just tweet and follow me on Twitter. It's like, I value those. I don't believe in like, oh, there's real life and then there's internet life. Like, this might not shock anybody, but the way I am on TikTok and Twitter and Twitch and YouTube, yeah, I'm a little turned up for like the content side of me, but that's how I am in real life. That's just how I am. That's how I operate in my day-to-day thing. I'm 100% Joshua Robinson all the time. And I don't think I should be subjected to that because of I'm openly talking about relationships, and I'm openly talking about writing the words "I like penis" on Twitter should not give you the right to get in my DMs and send me a picture of your wang, because it's not okay. I would never do that. I just don't understand that. Basically, Steph, 100%. Thank you, Ed, by the way. I'm trying not to ignore anyone's messages. I sometimes I word vomit, and sometimes I'm just like going 110 kilometers an hour, and sometimes I get ahead of myself. I apologize. But yeah, that's basically where my head's at. That's basically where I'm at. And I just wanted to talk. But I'm happy to hang around for a little while because I like hanging out with you guys. So feel free to talk about whatever you want or give me your opinions on whatever, and I'll happily discuss it. But man, oh man, like it's just started yesterday and then it really got bad today, and I was just like, what the hell? And I just don't like dealing with that kind of stuff. I really don't. Especially when I open my Twitter. My Twitter is just like where I can be funny and where I can be fun and just post random shit and have a good time and talk about wrestling and talk about whatever I love and music and all of that kind of stuff. And it's like, what the fuck? Just what the fuck? Why do you have to rain on my parade, and why do you have to... And it's not just poor me. I'm not trying to be like pity party. Just saying, why do you have to rain on my parade and stop me from having a good time on the internet? Because even on, like, TikTok, like, dudes, I don't know if I'm just a different kind of man or if I'm just... I don't know, but I've never been in that mentality to be like, you know what I'm going to say to this stranger? I want to fuck you. What? Like, what the fuck? Why are you saying this? You don't, like, I just don't understand that mentality of being like, you don't know someone, but I want to tell you how much I want to just rub my dong all over you. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't. Oh, Plugger, don't worry. I'm not going to change my way of how I operate just because of quite a considerable amount of people want to do that. But I've never understood it. I've just never, especially some people won't, I don't know, I'll just say it out loud and people might understand, but gay culture is so toxic and so odd and it's so overly sexualized. It's so weird. People will probably understand if I put it in this way. The first thing I remember about coming out is people not talking about who, like, so, you know, you're attracted to men and all of this kind of stuff. It's like always so overly sexualized comments like, you like dick. It's like, yes, and I'll have a joke about it. I'm the first one to take a joke at myself. I'm always trying to have a laugh at the expense of myself or whatever it may be. I'm always here to have a laugh and a joke. I love those jokes. But, like, there comes a point, there's this line that people cross sometimes, and it's like, there's more to being gay than just wanting to do that with men. Is my brain wired different? Like, I don't get it because I've just never been like that. I never have. Even as like a 16-year-old fucking mid-puberty boy just being like, I've never been in that mindset of just like bunny rabbit right now of how people are because like, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. To complete strangers, like, there's a difference with how you talk to your friends, and there's a difference with how you state your opinions with friends and how you do that. But to strangers that you've never met, that you've never, for the most part, they weren't even people that were following me. They were just random people, random trolls, random whatever, whether they're real accounts, whether they're fake accounts, it does not matter to me. It's just I've never been in that mindset of being like, you know what I'm going to do to this complete stranger? I'm going to get my wiener out and I'm going to send that person a photo because that'll be hot. And then we will bone and it would be the greatest night of our lives. What? What the fuck? Yeah, it really does, Steph. Like, how many times do these people in a day do that? I laugh because it's like, it's just so gross. Like, honestly, it's so disgusting, and I don't understand it, and I never will understand it, and I don't want to understand it, and it's just ick. Like, ick. Like, it's just so ick and disgusting and gross, and I could just list on and on and on about all the things that it just makes me feel, but mainly, it just makes me feel really uncomfortable and really disgusted in how people act. And at the end of the day, it's just not okay. And it is sexual harassment. Whether people want to look at it that way or not, I'm a believer that it is sexual harassment. Maybe in a low form, but you're sending me pictures of that, and not only that, writing very vile, just disgusting things, paragraphs worth of things. It's gross. It's non-consensual and just yuck. Get a grip, guys. Get a fucking grip. I understand what people mean when they say, like, men are trash. They don't mean every single man like all men are trash. They mean those ones. And I get why people say it. And I hate it. I hate it. It's just rank, and stop it. Because it makes someone speaking for myself, it makes me so just upset. Just upset in the terms of, like, making me feel down, making me feel gross, and being upset in how society still operates like this, when we know it's not right, and it shouldn't be a thing that's happening. Know what I mean? Like, it just shouldn't be a thing that's happening. And it doesn't matter the recipient on the other end. It just shouldn't be happening in general. It shouldn't be happening to anybody. Just stop it. Stop fucking doing it, okay? Just stop fucking doing it. It's gross. It's disgusting. I've said that many times, but it just is. So don't. Okay? Just don't. I can't put it in any other way. Other than don't. Okay? Cool. But all in all, I am okay. I'm not like, I'm alright. I'll be fine. It would give me a little bit of time, but I'll be fine. We as men have to be better at some point. It's time to grow up. I agree. 100%. I'm not saying I've done everything right in my life, because I definitely have not. That being said, I've also never done that. And I've also never been one to, like, I've never been one to, I don't even know how to phrase what I'm about to say. I've just never been one to do that, and I've never been one to even think like that. That thought of doing something like that has never crossed my brain, and it's never been something that I've ever considered doing or wanted to do or whatever. I just don't get it. And, like, what really is the end goal? Like, yeah, it is, Steph. But honestly, what is the end goal? Is the end goal... I'm trying to get, like, the right text that goes on the screen, so that's why it keeps changing. I'm fiddling with it. Anyway, what is the end goal here for these people? Because is that meant to, like, turn me on? Is that what it's meant to do? Is that the intention? I'm going to see that and be like, fuck off. fuck yeah, bitch. Like, fucking love that. Thanks for that. Come on over. Here's my fucking home address. 123 Go Fuck Yourself Street. Like, is that what the goal is? Because it's not working. I don't know if it's ever worked on anybody. Certainly has not worked on me. But it's not. Oh no, just whoa, just stop. You need help. No one in the history of time has ever seen a dick pic and been like, yeah. Never. Never. I've never wanted to. And I've never been someone that's, yep, I just agree. Wholeheartedly. Because it's just, that person that's sending me that dick pic knows that I am a man and knows that I have one of my own, that I don't need to see a picture of yours. I've got my own to look at. If I really want to just look at one, pretty comfortable just looking at my own. I don't need to look at some random strangers. So, sir, just don't. There's no other way to describe that other than just don't do it. And just, how sad and pathetic do you have to be to do that to somebody? And it does make me, again, it does make me feel like I'm doing something wrong. And that's not okay. Kobe, what's going on? Leno, what's going on? Probably not the what's the word? Not best, but we're just having a bit of a chit chat about some stuff that's been going on. If you haven't seen, just go to my Twitter. It's on the pinned tweet, and then you'll be all filled in, so I don't have to kind of rehash myself on stream and bore everyone. But yeah, that's just my opinion on it. That's just my take on it and how I am in my brain about it right now. But I'll be all good. I'll be all okay. And, yeah. Fun fucking times. I just hope that it stops. Like I said, I've turned off my messages to random, so only people that follow me can do it. And like I said, if any of my followers, which I don't think they will, want to do that, I'm gonna happily post that shit. Again, with blurred. I'm not gonna be silly. But I will expose them, and I will say, look at this disgusting fuck. Because I shouldn't have to feel gross and uncomfortable and like I'm doing something wrong because of it. I shouldn't have to feel that way, and I refuse to. You know what I mean? Ed, thank you. See, I love Twitch. Twitch is just such a, like, my chat that I usually have and my usual crowd is just very, like, I'm able to be a absolute fucking twat all the time like I am on stream. An absolute ding-dong. And then I can have conversations like this and people are very honest and it's an open discussion. It's not just like, oh, poor you. Like, it's just like an open discussion about some things because it goes beyond me, obviously, and it goes beyond this chat room of 7 people. It goes well beyond that. And I just think it's very important to also remain in a sense of, like, there's a real life happening outside of my fucking Attitude Era streams that I do. So, yeah, it's important. I just find it still bugs me, and it's still disgusting, and it's still something that I shouldn't really have to go through. But is what it is, I guess. F the creeps, you're the... I am the face-off champ by 1 vote because I shook that ass, you know? So, I'm happy I won in the way that I did, by the way. By 1 vote, Spencer came very... I'll say this. Spencer came very prepared for that debate. Very factual. But if I want to be completely honest and just say, I think Spencer was over-prepared. And I was under-prepared. He was throwing too many facts, and I think people got a little lost. It's like looking at a textbook. All the facts in the world, but sometimes you're like, I don't want to read that right now. I'm kidding, of course. Spencer was very good. He was a very good debater, opponent, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, anyway, that's how I feel. That's where I am in my brain. Again, I don't know if I might just take a couple of days, maybe just a day off of Twitter, just see if it calms down. And not only that, just to kind of take a bit of a... Because I think everyone should do that from time to time. Because it's normal and it's okay, and you shouldn't feel guilty for just taking a bit of a breather. I've seen multiple people do it that are content creators or just on Twitter in general, on socials, and just be like, I just need a bit of a breather. Sometimes what I like to do, and this just works for me, it doesn't work for everybody, but I like to have this thing sometimes, like a couple of times a week, called Josh Time. Well, what I do is I turn off my phone, I turn on my PlayStation, I shut all the blinds in my house, I sit on my couch, and I have a cider or something like that, and I just chill and just kind of go, okay, I'm just going to relax. I'm not going to talk to anybody. I lock my front door. Like I said, I turn off my phone, everything. It's just, that's what I like to do, and just do what I want, or watch some wrestling, or watch The Office, or watch Parks and Rec, or just listen to some music. It's, that's just how I like to reset, just for an hour, maybe 2, just to kind of chill out, and just not be on socials and not be on my phone, and just sit with Giddy and just whatever it may be, just to kind of space out, because I need that. I like that. I'm a fairly social person for the most part. I do like to talk to people. If you couldn't tell, I'm pretty fucking good at talking, but I just like to breathe sometimes and just be with myself. So I think it's important to do that sometimes, especially in, like, when you're going through something or whatever it may be. For example, the stuff like this is just like today, like this afternoon, I just took a minute just to be like, okay, I'm just going to put on some Paramore or play some PlayStation, or, I don't know, cook an egg. Like, just do something without my phone and without people surrounding me, and just letting my brain just not think for a minute. It's just time to have some Josh time, you know what I mean? Thank you, JPJ. I appreciate that. Edland, see? Everyone's got their own little thing. Whatever it may be, it doesn't have to be that. It just has to be your interpretation of what it is, just to spend some time with you. Because I think that's important. For mental health, because mental health is not something... So many people shy away from talking about mental health, and I don't. I'm not someone... I used to. But I feel very comfortable in talking about struggles, and I feel very comfortable in talking about it's okay to feel down, it's okay to feel sad, it's okay to feel angry, it's okay to feel anxious, it's okay to feel all those emotions, because you're a human and you go through emotions like that, and you shouldn't have to ever apologize for the way you react or the way you feel about something, in the sense of like how you feel. Not saying how you, if you physically assault someone, of course it's different, but I mean like how you feel and how you channel that feeling within you in your brain. Like, you should never have to apologize for feeling sad or angry or happy or neutral. Sometimes neutral is one of the worst feelings in the world. It can also be one of the best feelings in the world. You're just neutral with something. Like, I feel genuinely, after all of this that's happened in the last couple of days, I feel genuinely upset. And I feel genuinely sad about it, because it feels like it's like... Just it's like gross. I just feel disgusting. Yeah, see, I understand that too, Kobe. I get that side of things, and I understand that. I like talking to people because it keeps my mind busy. And because I'm constantly kind of on socials, or I'm on TikTok, or I'm on Discord, I'm always talking to somebody. And I live alone. So it's weird how I say that, but I live alone, and I still am always kind of being social in some aspect. I'm always posting, and I'm always doing this because it's just how I like to live. Some people are like, oh, don't post. I just like to post that shit. That's just how I am. Keeps me sane. But sometimes I just like to, my interpretation of zoning out is just to be on my own, and is just to do what I said before. So that's just how I am. But everyone's different, and everyone has their own way that they deal with things, and that's fine. It's just what I'm just speaking for myself. But yeah, I feel genuinely like just gross about it all, and I shouldn't have to put up with that in that sense. Again, I'm not apologizing for how I feel about it. I'm not apologizing for being like, hey, I'm taking a step away here because it's affecting me. I don't think it's necessary to apologize for that. Whether people want to say like, oh, you're dramatic or you're overreacting. I don't think I'm overreacting to something like this when people are sending me those kinds of pictures and saying those disgusting things. And I remember when last year, after I originally came out, and I was dealing with all those homophobic comments, and I still deal with that, just people being trolls. And I took a step back, and I was like, I need to go away for a little while because I can't deal with people calling me slurs and stuff like that when I didn't know how to deal with it myself. I'm not an expert on anything, but oh my god, I'm not at all an expert. I don't claim to be. But I just think it's important to take a breather and just to be like, okay, I'm going to spend some time with me and just deal with it like that. That's just how I am. And some people are the opposite. Some people like to be more on socials and be more interactive with people because it keeps them from kind of getting in their own brain. So again, everyone's just different. It's just how you deal with it. But I just like to spend some time with me, spend some time with Giddy, and just turn off my phone. Because we live on our phones, and I'm the first one to be like, well, yeah, I do. I can't go out without my phone. I'm like, oh, where's my phone? I've got to blah, 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 blah. People have seen my tweets. I tweet fucking anything. So you know that I'm always on my phone. But I think it's also really important to detach from from this thing sometimes, because I don't think people realize how much power we have in the palm of our hands on these screens, and it's interesting. You know what I mean? Like, it's an interesting thing to see, and we just live in a very unique time that I can get those kind of messages and those kind of pictures the way I have been in the last couple of days from strangers. So, balancing act, I guess, socials is, but I don't like it. I really don't like it, and again, just shouldn't have to deal with that kind of stuff, and yuck. Just yuck. Yucky. Aaron! You've missed quite the convo, my dude. Quite the convo. Yeah, I just moved it into this little nooks and crannies, and I got my lights, and I figured out a new setting, and I got all my... Wait. And yeah, just set up some other stuff behind me, so then... Just a bit of I tried to tone it down a little, because sometimes my backdrop, while it looks cool to display all my shit, was getting a little cluttered, and it's just a balance. I don't know. What mic is this? This is one of those, like Elgato ones. Wave 3 one, I believe. I got it like last week before. Last week? Might have been the week before. I might have had it for 2 weeks now. I don't fucking know. Yeah, no. It was like not last Monday, the Monday before. Yeah. So I got one of them. Yeah. Upgraded, you know. it's nice to be able to say like I've saved away a little money from Twitch subs and stuff like that, and that directly got me this beauty. How cool. Continue. Have anyone seen those TikToks with that lady? She's very cool. Continue. She's great. Anyway, I digress. I don't know where I was at, but I think I pretty much covered everything that I wanted to say. Got it off my brain anyway. Yes, that is one way to put it. One way to put it, Aaron. Yeah, no joke, Ed. No joke. It's weird. I'm 25, so I was born in 95, and it's weird to say that like my generation was the first really at school to have like access to a phone. And like navigating that. Obviously kids now at school all have them and it's just normal. But my generation was the first one to be like, we're getting phones at an early age. And we just kind of had the world at our fingertips. I think it creates it's good in some ways and terrible in others because it creates an unhealthy relationship with people in a physical sense. It also creates an unhealthy relationship with what you have access to at an early age when you still don't understand the world. So it's an interesting, that's just my point of view on it. I don't know how people feel about it, but it's just interesting. It's an interesting way to look at things. But yeah, that was just kind of, I have a phone until I was like 14. So slide up. Oh, I had one of those, Aaron. My first phone was a Motorola Razr. It was red, I believe. I was like 12, I think, when I first got a phone. I think I was about 12. It didn't have... You remember like Zero.Facebook? Australians will know what I mean. Zero.Facebook or Tribe. And you didn't have to use your like credit to like use it. Your first phone as well. Look at that. Motorola. Ooh, the sleek silver one. Ooh, baby. Yeah, I believe mine was red. It was either red or blue. I can't remember. But yeah, I remember being like getting Facebook and doing all that kind of shit and like blah. I get that, Aaron. I really do. But also like, it's... I'm a person that does do that. So it's like, I don't know. First phone had no internet, just text, calls, and Snake, and you had to hit a button like 4 times to get a letter. Yeah, I remember those. Phones. I had MySpace. At the very end of MySpace. I mean, I was young when I was on MySpace, but I remember being on MySpace. I don't really remember much of it. I remember you had music on it. You had like songs would play when people would go to your page or something like that. Yeah, MSN. Spent a lot of time on MSN after school. You'd tell your friends, you'd be like, I'm going on MSN. This is how I view it. Is what I was saying before, Aaron, is basically sometimes I just like take a time where I turn off my phone and I just do what I want and just kind of zone out. But I'm a person that likes to document things because I don't even know how to explain this. I like to document it on the sense of like, I like having those memories for me. Yes, I post it and other things like that. But I'm a very social media driven person. It's how I've always, as long as I've been content kind of man, that's how I just view it. And that's how I just kind of go with it. So, that's just how I am, I guess. But yeah. I do see what you mean, though. I'm like, okay, I get it. I understand it. Tenfold, like, definitely. I lost my train of thought. Fuck. What the fuck was I gonna say? I don't know. Yes, MSN memories. Do you remember the noise? I'm trying to think of the noise that MSN had when it was like you get a message or someone would come online and there was this noise that played. Holy shit. I wonder if I could find it. It's a very interesting noise. What the fuck? Yeah. Anyway, I'm all for photos, but it's more like if you... Yeah, true. Yeah, nudging. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm fucking talking about, Kobe. Oh, God, Habbo Hotel. Remember when I tried that disastrous stream of that? Ugh. I get that too, Aaron. Like, enjoying the moment, but finding the balance between what you want to record, what you want to post, whatever it may be. I get that too. So, I understood. We're on the same wavelength. But yeah, that was a disastrous stream, that one. Absolute disaster. I should also say, I put out on Twitter a little while ago that I was looking to do like a new show, try to bring back like a little bit, not a podcast. I don't want to do a podcast because there's millions of them and they're all the same. No offense. And there's just people better at it than me. I want to do like this kind of show on Twitch that's live, a weekly show where I kind of talk about a little bit about wrestling, a little bit about pop culture, and just kind of mixing in the world of me and a co-host and kind of trying to create like something a little bit different, a little bit more fast-paced, that's something that isn't just like, what do you think about this? I think this. What do you think about this? I think this. Like, I want something that feels a little bit more like... I don't even know how to describe it. The way that this is the idea I had in my head, and I'm trying to get it from like idea in my head to a presentable way that you could put it on Twitch with the limitations that you have. And people will be like, you won't be able to do this, Josh. It's a silly idea. But I'm known for silly ideas, and I'm a pretty creative little guy sometimes, and I can make things work. I think that I would like to create a version of Attack of the Show type mentality. If anyone remembers Attack of the Show, I want to create like a wrestling pop culture entertainment driven variety extravaganza whatever, and blend it in with that kind of fast-paced Attack of the Show style, and blend it in and make it doable and fun and funny and personality driven, instead of just relying on talking about what I think about Eva Marie and Doudrop. Like, of course, slide those topics in, but do them in a way that's actually like visually appealing and like a listener would like the way you talk about it, instead of just question and answer type of show. I don't know how I'm going to do it, and I'm trying to manifest it, and I'm trying to toy around with different ideas of how I do it, and I think I have something that could work, but I'm not exactly sure about execution-wise how I'm going to exactly do it. But I do have someone that's going to be... What I do know is that I do have a co-host, and I do pretty ideally have a set time that I'm going to do it. Just for pure availability, I'm always available at this time. So, I'm not announcing anything officially because I still don't have details, and I still need to sit down with said person that's going to be doing this with me. And I still need to kind of discuss some ideas and exactly how I'm going to do it and whatever. But look at something in the next like month or so, and keep Monday mornings my time. In the States, it will be a Sunday night. Every single Monday, excluding pay-per-view days. In a morning on a Monday, again, except for like wrestling show days. Tentatively, we can work out to do it another day in the week that week, or not do it that week, or something like that. Again, it's all just throwing out stuff here. Maybe keep those free soon. And maybe there might be someone that's in the chat right now might be the co-host. I don't know if he's still here, so I didn't want to call him out. But we have discussed, and it's the person I kind of chose. And we were like, I think I could do something cool because we have similar mindsets, but we're very different people. Both just the way we talk, the way we are, the way we think. I think we're different and similar enough to make it work. I picked that person for a reason. But again, more stuff will come out about it soon when we actually discuss some things and the way I actually want to do it, because I'm a very like throw shit at a wall type of person. And if it sticks, it sticks. It doesn't, it doesn't. But I want to create a show that has like segments, and I want to do something different. And I don't just want something that everybody else does, because I don't like doing that. It's boring. And I'm not saying that those people do bad shows. They just do it a lot better than I do in that sense. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And again, it could end up being nothing. It could end up being something I don't do. It could end up being something that becomes the only thing I do, or the biggest thing I do, or the funnest thing I do, whatever. I'm just excited to do it. But it's not going to be through Love Wrestling, just before anyone's asked. I want to do it on my own. I want to be able to be like, I'm doing this for my stuff. Because I had this conversation, if anyone watched my Are We Recording Yet with Miss Ella J, we talked about like how I view content, or how she views content, and how I view content. Is that, yes, it's fun, and I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't fun. But I also, a dream of mine would be to be able to do this all the time and be able to make a stable income from this. I would love to do that. It's fun. This is the only thing in my life that I've ever been this passionate about and had this much fun doing, and willing to put in the work, because content isn't easy. I pump out a lot of content, and I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that I pump out a lot of content, and I would like to, I just don't, it's challenging in a good way. It makes me motivated. It gives me something to kind of do and strive for and be better. And I want to always be better, whether it's streaming or making videos for Love Wrestling or whatever else I'm doing. I always am trying to get better. And I don't know, I'm never satisfied with what I have. I always want, well, how can I get better? I'm not the best, and I want to be the best. And some people call me silly because you're just a little streamer on Twitch. Well, everybody was a little streamer on Twitch at some point, so just back off. That's just how I view it. But anyway, I digress off the original topic. Not that I'd care about talking about whatever. This is the point of this stream. It's just to kind of chat with you guys. But it's just, yeah, that's how I feel about everything at the moment. So take that all how you want to take that. And yeah. I love you guys, though, and I'm not bitter, and I'm not like, yuck, Twitter, I'm never going on it. I just feel a bit grotty and a bit gross and a bit disgusted with it right now because of it, and it's none of you guys, so you guys are all good. But regardless of whether I'm off of Twitter all of the week or just a day or a couple of days or something, I'm still going to be streaming in those days, because I'm going to stream probably when I wake up, because it's like 10:30 here, so when I go to sleep, I'll wake up. And I'll probably stream some Attitude Era mode in the morning. And if I don't want to watch Raw this week, I'll probably stream during then. And yeah. And all that kind of stuff. Exactly, Ed. Ninja was. And now he's Ninja. Everyone knows who Ninja is. So I'm not saying that I'm going to be as big as Ninja. I'm just saying that I don't think it's a bad thing to strive for more. And to have a goal or a dream or whatever it may be. I just, as corny as it sounds, I just don't think like that. I always want to get better, and I always want to be the best at how I want to do things. So I don't think that's a bad thing. I should just say, there is a new Legacy of coming out tomorrow on the one and only Leader. And then following Monday is Trish. So we're doing Team Bestie. And then I have a whole batch of new ones to announce of what's coming up for the Legacy of. I have a lot of fun doing those videos. They are just the funnest, and people are watching them, and people love them, and people genuinely get excited to watch them. So that's cool. I love doing them. They're fun. They're a fun video to make and a fun video to post and talk about and promote, and seeing all comments about them, people quote tweeting things, because trust me, content creators will feel this. A quote tweet on a tweet of your content, of someone promoting it and telling you how much they love it, or be like, well, I can't wait to watch this, is the greatest feeling in the world. Holy shit. I love it. JPJ, you do it a lot, and I appreciate it. A lot of people in this chat do it a lot. It's like, you went out of your way to like click on it and be like, bam. It's like, thank you. Everyone was a few YouTubers I watched the show that 5 years ago. I appreciate that, Aaron. Yeah, but that's just how I view things. So yeah, Legacy of Lita is out tomorrow, and then Legacy of Trish is out the week after. And then I have a bunch of new stuff. Some different kinds of Legacy of maybe some women that you wouldn't think of. Just saying. And there's some obvious ones, and maybe some other ones. And who knows? But I got some plans for that. Spencer loves them too, and Spencer is a very hardworking individual, and getting his approval is a good feeling. He's only a few years older than me, but I'm like, thank you, Dad, for that approval. So yeah, anyway, so that's some things I got coming up. So all in all, to wrap up, I feel gross and disgusted about what happened. I'm taking a little bit of for a little bit. I'm still going to be streaming in the time, however long I take off of Twitter. I'm still going to be here playing some Attitude Era mode and whatever else I want. I'm honestly going to be playing some WCW Backstage Assault, because that game is hot trash and I love every second of it. So I'm going to be playing that soon. I've got some more Road to WrestleManias to do on stream. Legacy of is out tomorrow on Lita. New show is in the works for a live show on Monday mornings, my time. So you do a little calculation. For a lot of you, it'll be Sunday night if you're in the States. I'm doing okay. I'll be fine. And yeah, watch my content, watch my streams, watch my TikToks, whatever. No. I appreciate you guys hanging out and chatting and just having a little bit of an open space for an hour, because I needed it. And I'm going to go to sleep very soon, and I'm going to wake up and stream some Attitude Era mode. So we got this out of the way. Now I can be a moron again and play Attitude Era mode. And I'll say it one more time so everyone here can hear it again. If anyone who sees this stream, sees my tweets, sees my whatever, and you send me a picture of your doodle, I will post it on Twitter, and I will tag a lot of people so they know who is sending me these pictures. I'm not afraid to expose you at all. Thanks, Aaron. Yeehaw. I don't know what the fuck that was. All right, well. Let's see if there's anyone. Yeah, send me pictures of your pets. I love animals. Absolutely fucking adore animals, so that's fine by me. Yeah, haven't really got anyone to raid, but that's fine. Who gives a fuck? We're all just here anyway, just vibing. Have a good night, everybody. If you're around in, like, 9 hours time, I'll be live again. But stay posted in my Discord, and it will still automatically do a tweet on Twitter, so you'll see it. You'll see it. You'll see it. That's right, Aaron. I agree. Although, everyone knows this. This is what I'll leave you on. Before I run away and click end stream, cats greater than dogs. See you later, friends.